Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash, and giving double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect. Okay, and what I want to speak about is the financial system and what people are calling a recession, a depression, all right, because of the tariffs, and United States are making enemies, all right. Eventually, there will need to be a catalyst for the new financial system that is going to be set up, all right. And it could possibly be, it could be the tariffs, right? Or it could be another pandemic, okay, in which Fauci, he popped back up out of the woodworks in New Orleans at a book show, and he said the next pandemic might be a respiratory virus again. So, you know, these devils, they got different shit up their sleeves, ultimately. But regardless of how the situation goes, all right, these people are going to lose their mind. All right, you brothers and sisters already know that there has to be a reset. All right, Revelation 13 and 16 is talking about a new way of how you buy and how you sell, and we could be very close to it. All right, they could shut this thing down. This could very well be it. All right, in which stable coins could be the new way of you know, how we transact money, and then it could move forward to the Revelation 13 and 16, which is the mark of the beast. All right, but we're close. All right, you see in the beast hate the whore. All right, you see Trump making a lot of people mad. You see talks of World War III. You see earthquakes in diverse places. Okay, the earthquake over there just killed over 3,000 people, man. We in the beginning of sorrows. All right, a time of uncertainty with these people because they don't know what the fuck is going on. Okay, the scriptures speak about in Ecclesiastes, seek the Lord in the days of thy youth, roughly paraphrasing. All right, before the evil day come not, nor the sun be darkened, and the doors are shut in the street. All right, and the sound of the grinding is low. Okay, and it's coming to a point. People are talking about recession. People are talking about job layoffs. So there is economic turmoil. The markets are down like a motherfucker. And in order to prop the markets back up, you see, and this is where a lot of people they get confused, is because they don't understand how our monetary system works. They don't understand the financial system. All right, and there's plenty of videos on how this system works. Okay, now the markets are dropping. Everything is in red. All right, people are pulling their money out. People are scared. The value of the dollar is decreasing. Now, in order for the markets, okay, well, what I want to say is people are looking for that money that they had after the pandemic, in which, in order for that to have happened, they pumped trillions of dollars back into the U.S. economy, which was printed out of thin air. So, and then there were what J.P. Morgan just said, that the Federal Reserve, is going to have to lower interest rates early. All right, so this system is ready to pop. This whole fiat system is ready to pop, and this is why CBDCs and stable coins and crypto is becoming more popular because everybody knows that it's almost over. Okay, and you brothers and sisters out there, we should be happy it's almost over, because in order for us to get out of here, Revelation 13 and 16 must come to pass. And in order for that to happen, the economy has to crash. There has to be a reset. All right, Trump got to, it can happen now or it can happen later. There has to be a new way of buying and selling. There has to, this fiat system cannot continue to go like this. They can't continue to prop the markets up because they're only making the bubble bigger and bigger and bigger. They're kicking the can down the road. When you continue to print money out of thin air, you devalue it. All right? So the less you have of something, the more valuable it becomes. This is why people are buying gold. This is why people are buying silver. Because there's not an unlimited amount of it. They have to go dig for it. See, fiat money, you can go and print it out of thin air. All right, and this is why a lot of those Hebrew Israelite camps, they're confused. They don't know what the hell is going on. Because they don't understand how the market works. They don't understand the fiat system that we're a part of. And it looked like, you know, shit can get hot with Iran. Things are getting hot with Iran. And the Lord is killing people over there in Thailand and Myanmar, wherever it's called. So things, hey, the scriptures say our salvation is nearer than when we believed. And by the way, this is an in transit. I'm just rolling through the spirit. But people are calling for a Black Monday, which Monday is today. Which it could very well be one of the, which when you Google Black Monday, it was a day where a lot of stocks and shit went down and people lost a lot of money and shit like that. Okay? But, I mean, matter of fact, I just pulled up to my destination. Let me grab something. Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun, or the light, or the moon, or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Okay, that's talking about the sun. The moon represents wisdom. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. All right, the keepers of the house are trembling right now. These different financial advisors, these different financial institutions. All right, they'll tell you we're in times of uncertainty. It says, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. The grinders are the workers. All right, so what happens when the billionaires lose money? They start to lay people off. They start to fire people. Okay? It says, and those that look out the windows be darkened because they don't see any hope. And if you don't have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you're going to bug out. People putting they trust in crypto and CBDCs, and they think that that's going to save them. But ultimately, they're going to have to put a microchip implantable device in them. It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets. What do you see all these major companies boarding up? All right, all these big lots and all these stores shutting down all over the country. It's almost that time. It says, when the sound of the grinding is low, because when you were going to a city, how well a city was doing, you know, when you walk into a city, you would hear grinding at the mill, you will hear people working. See, but right now, Trump is trying to get jobs back in America by putting tariffs on other countries. So he's trying to force American work back to Americans, but it can very well backfire. It can very well backfire on the Americans, all right, because he thinks that these companies are going to bring the jobs back to America, because a lot of people outsource their jobs overseas for cheap labor. So things are very, very interesting right now. All right, that's why the scriptures say watch and pray, because one day we could be at work one day, and it happened during the pandemic. One day we was at work, and the next day, shit shut down. So we got to keep our eyes on the prophecies, watch the news. All right, a lot of these motherfucking niggas talk about we fucking newscasters, but the scriptures say watch. How can we gauge the times of the Lord coming back if we don't watch? Oh, simple ass niggas. All right, but with that, Lord willing, edifying. Shalom.